Hello kids, computers, lesson 3, desktop management. I am reading it from your book Computer Quest. The learning objectives of this lesson are that the children will be able to recall the features of operating system and GUI. GUI is graphic user interface. Identify the use of the taskbar, quick launch bar and short menu. Customize the Windows setup. So today we are starting the desktop management. Okay, warm up activity. Hey, Google what runs on computer. Toggle operating system runs it. Operating system stands for OS stands for operating system. What is an OS? Have you ever noticed how many different tasks at your schools are done so well? It is because your teachers and the principals manage all the tasks at school. In other words, they act as managers. The computer is made up of different parts and performs many tasks at a given time. It also requires a manager to work well. The manager in a computer is called the operating system. An operating system is the most important software that runs on a computer. It manages the computer. It acts as an interface between the computer parts. Without an operating system, a computer is useless. There are different operating systems. Some of the popular operating systems are Microsoft Windows, Microsoft DOS, Unix and Mac operating system. We have learned in previous class about graphic user interface operating system. Now mind and hands. There is mind and hands. There is another operating system termed CUI, that is character user interface. Here commands need to be typed on the C prompt or command line, example DOS. It was the primary method of communicating with a computer all the way through the 198 SOS. It is used for less due to the ease of use and familiarity of graphical user interface. So what is graphic user interface? Let's understand that. Graphic user interface is user-friendly and very common operating system. It uses a mouse to move the cursor around the screen and click on the icon. Microsoft Windows is a graphic user interface or GUI. It has been developed by the company called Microsoft Corporation USA. When we switch on a computer, the operating system gets loaded into the computer's memory. This process is called booting. While your computer is booting, you see Windows splash screen. Windows operating system has many versions, for example Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 10. Here we will learn about the latest version, Windows 10, because that is the operating system that is now being used in the latest laptops and the computer systems. Windows input-output desktop. Once the computer is booted, you will see the first screen with many small icons on the bottom. This screen is called the desktop. Okay, so you can see it here. I'll show it to you on the book. This is how what a Windows 10 screen looks like. This is the graphic user interface in which humans connect with the computer. Okay, so this is where you have it. You can see the icons on the top. You open a computer system and you will see the icons. Then there is a desktop background which is changeable. You can change it according to your own theme. Then there is a taskbar. You can see there is little widgets here, small icons are here and there is a bar. And from here we can directly reach certain programs. Okay, and we can see on the Windows screen all the programs appearing here, including there is also the position of the desktop. So desktop background, like I said, this is the background I'm talking about. And desktop background, it is the background picture of the first screen. Okay, so that's the picture where that appears when the computer is started. Okay, you can set the desktop background in computer according to your choice. There are a lot of things available, so you can choose it according to that. see and wait for the welcome screen to appear. Click on the desktop and then apply a nice desktop background to the desktop screen of your computer. You can choose it, right? Icons. What are icons? An icon is a small picture on your desktop with label below that is used to open a program file or a folder. So all the programs appear in the form of small buttons or icons, you call them, and under this the name of that program or that file is written. So when you click on that, it will open up. Taskbar. A long bar present at the bottom of the computer is called the taskbar. The taskbar has a start button, search box, task view button, show desktop button, and notification area. It also shows the icon of the currently open program. So you can see this is the taskbar, this black bar that is given here on which you can see a lot of programs are there. There is a start button in the very beginning, right? And then there are other programs which are opened also, and the ones which you can open also. Okay. Then on the taskbar itself, there is one area here that is called the notification bar, in which it informs us that what all is there on the screen, what all we can access from here, or if there is anything that has to be updated in your system, or if your system is facing any problem, and what all other external devices are attached to your computer. Those icons appear here. Okay, so notification area. This displays the date and time, volume button, and many other buttons. This area is called the notification area. Change date and time. Now let us learn how to change date and time. It's given here, you can see in the book. Change date and time. When you click that, it will appear. This window will appear, and it will help you to set your time and date accordingly. Okay. So as in electronic devices like mobile phones, cameras, and MP3 players, where date and time keeps on working even when the devices are switched off. So similarly, in computer, date and time also keeps on working even if we switch it off. To change the date and time in computer, we should follow the following steps. So step 1 is to click on date and time on the notification area. So wherever there is a time appearing, you click on that, a window will appear, which I am showing you also. This window will appear. Right, on one side you will see the calendar, on one other side you will see the clock. Okay, and it will also ask you to change the date time settings below. So when you click on that, it will open individually. So click on step 2 is you click on change on date settings here. That's the step 2 given here. And here you change the date and time. You click it on this. Then you come here to this window. Okay, you click date and change time option, and what will appear is that under the date and time tab, you will see change date and time. There is one icon here that you can see that will appear. It will be change date and time. So when you click on this, you will be able to make the required changes. Step 4, when the date and time have been selected, click the OK button. That is very important. If you are making the changes, after making the changes, do click the OK button, which is given here. If you don't click that OK button, the date and time that you made a change with will not be saved. So you have to be very, very careful that you click on the OK button. Your new date and time will be set. So you can also practically change the date and time and see in any of the computers. If you want to change the volume of a speaker, you should follow the following step. So you will see there is one speaker sort of a icon there. This will appear. There is a sound loudspeaker sort of a thing icon is there. When you click on this, the icon grows and becomes taller, and you can actually increase the volume or decrease the volume, okay, of the system as well as other application programs. Then drag the volume bar according to your choice. If you want to increase it, you will take it up. If you want to decrease, you bring it down. Next is the start button. Okay, the start button. Start button is found on the left bottom corner of the taskbar. So here there is a taskbar. We were talking about this. The extreme left corner is used to start any program. It consists of two panes. The left pane contains the alphabetical list of all programs available on the computer and also icons of user account settings and power buttons. The right pane contains most commonly used programs in the form. So this is what I am talking about. When you click on the start button, this window appears and there is a left pane and there is a right pane. So on the left pane there is a list of things that you can do here, and then on the right side there are the programs that you can actually look for directly and go to the programs and have a look at it. Next comes the search button. A search button helps us to search the programs and documents throughout the computer or on the web. So, to search any file on computer, we follow the following steps. Step 1. If you open the search window, there is a search bar that will appear here. The white bar, and it will on which a cursor will keep on blinking. And here you can type the name of the file you're looking for. Here you can type the program that you're looking for, and it will also ask you the resource. It means whether it is available on this computer or you want to download it from the net or from the computer itself or from the web itself. Okay. So step 1, type the name of the file in that window and what you want to search in the search box. The result of search will be displayed in the start menu. Okay. Now let's talk about Windows Accessories. Windows Accessories is a special package of software. It consists of various programs of interest like calculator, snipping tool, Windows Media Player, sound recorder, Internet Explorer, Notepad, WordPad, etc. Accessories are not full-featured programs, but they are useful for specific jobs in the Windows environment. You can open any accessory program by following these steps. Okay? So these accessory programs are like, you can go to the start menu. Step 1 is you're going to the start menu, then you're going scrolling through the list on the left pane of the window. So this window, when you started, this is your accessory window in which you have programs like you have Oracle Visualizer, you have Snipping Tool, you have Paint, you have iTunes, Notepad, you have Sticky Notes, you have VLC Media Player, Control Panel. So all the programs that you want, their icons also appear here for your direct use. So small arrow besides the Windows accessory option, you can click on that and click the program's name that you want to use on the list. So you got to click on all the programs that you can see on the given list. Right? Okay. Some of the accessories in Windows 10 are the features and the features are as follows. You can also directly go to the Internet Explorer or Chrome maybe or Google maybe, like whatever you call that. An Explorer is it's a web browser. Okay, browser means where you go and find different things. It has to be, there's a search engine. So that is what the browser is. So it is a web browser which comes with Windows operating system. It can be used to surf the World Wide Web, www, and for this you ought to have an internet connection. So it does not run without an internet connection. You need an internet connection to run the Windows program. To open any website, simply hit address in the address box of the Internet Explorer window and press enter. So once you do that, you will get this screen. These days we have the widget directly for Google or Google Chrome. So we click on that and suddenly this window appears. Then there is a notepad. Some accessories I am discussing here are like notepad. Notepad is just like a Word file and in which it is a simple text editor. You just can type in it, you can write anything in it, and you can also edit it accordingly. You can give it fonts, you can give it the size to the font, and you can also write it or simple text and which is shareable. You can save your text and you can share the file with the txt.txt extension. And every file needs an extension to be saved on the computer. So extension for the notepad file is the txt extension. Okay. WordPad. What is a WordPad? WordPad is also available in Windows accessories. It is a word processor software that comes with Windows. You can format your text in WordPad. The documents saved in WordPad run the extension. So WordPad also helps you to edit the Windows Media Player. Windows Media Player is used to play audio, video imaging, all the videos that you can play on the Windows Media Player. And if you press it with its widget, it will open up and you can do all sorts of things like you do in a normal tape recorder or a video player. So that is there in the Windows Media Player. The magnifier. Magnifier means something that you can use it like a lens. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. Anything that is not visible on the screen nicely, so you can use the help of a magnifier. It's just smaller magnifying glass sort of a thing made there, and there must be plus and the minus signs there. The plus signs will enhance the picture, the minus sign will reduce the size of the picture. Okay, so sometimes the screens, the fonts are not visible, sometimes the images are not visible. For that we need to increase the size and then we need to decrease the size. Okay, so we have full screen, lens and docked type of screens available with the help of the magnifier. Okay, so there is sometimes it is also the percentage given side by side that how much magnifying you need to do, whether you want to go 100% to 100% or you want to reduce it to 5%, 10%, 25%. So percentage is also given there, like here in this picture. You can see this. So friends, this was all about today's lesson. How we have the desktop settings done. The lesson was called setting up a desktop. Some of the revisions here we are, like what we can do a quick mind map about or a quick recap about this lesson. An operating system is the manager of the computer system. Windows 10 is a user-friendly software. Windows 10 desktop as taskbar, icons, desktop background and task view buttons. The long bar at the bottom